What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to TRTV. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that post notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post a new video. So, first of all, I want to start off this video by saying thank y'all so much for the 171 subscribers. Might not seem like a lot, but it means a lot to me. We on the road to 1K. Let's get there. Help me get to 1K. So, as y'all can see by the title, I'm going to be doing a story time about me getting cheated on. Yes, it's not about the boyfriend I'm with now. This is something that happened way back. Way back. So, I'm going to tell y'all this story. If I still have the receipts, I will insert them into the video. But if I don't, then I just try to remember everything to the best of my ability. Because this was years and 2 kids ago. So, yeah. Okay, so let's get started. Now, y'all know I'm not going to use nobody's real name. So, we'll say his name is Marcus. Okay? So, me and Marcus had been talking. I met Marcus through my cousin. She knew Marcus because I was new around the little town where I had moved to. And she knew Marcus. So, she introduced me to Marcus. So, me and Marcus had started talking. Okay, so eventually me and Marcus started talking heavy. Like, we was talking like, oh my God, talking. Now, at the time, I was in high school. Marcus didn't go to school. So, we was talking like, you know, every day. We'd see each other every now and then. But we was talking heavy. So, eventually, we call ourselves dating. Like I said, I'm in high school. Marcus didn't go to school. So, we call ourselves dating. So, I feel like I should have saw these red flags as they was happening because it was so much. It was just like so much. But me being young, dumb, head full of nothing, I'm not paying this no attention. I'm just, oh, I like Marcus. He like me. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So, the first thing that happened was, okay, me and Marcus was talking. I ended up going to school with a girl that Marcus used to talk to. Now, this girl that Marcus used to talk to, this wasn't no like regular, oh, we just talked for a while. They dated. They did some more stuff that I ain't gonna say on here because it's not my business. They business. Okay, but it was something deep that they had going on. So I just started feeling like she was mean mugging me because she knew that I talked to him. So one day she sent her friend and asked me, do I talk to him? Now, me knowing this is her friend, I'm knowing what's going on. I'm like, I'm not stupid. I know you sent your friend over to ask me. So I'm like, yeah, I do, woo. So I know she would like to tell her that, whatever the case may be. But that wasn't the problem. So one day I'm just on Facebook. Now this is the time when Facebook was like, it was semi-popping. But this one, Instagram was real popping though. But people were still on Facebook. And there was this girl, she sent me a friend request. And I didn't know her. I didn't know this girl from a can of paint. So I didn't accept her friend request. If I don't know you, you got a slim chance at being my friend. Like, I'm not just going to accept anybody because I know it might be some mess. So I'm like, who is this girl sending me a friend request? But I seen her mutual friend was my boyfriend, Marcus. So that still didn't make me accept her. I don't know you. Just because he know you, I don't know you. So I'm like, okay. I go on her page because now I'm trying to see who it is because why is you sending me a friend request? I go on her page, I'm steady seeing statuses, but she not saying no name, but she putting initials. And it was Marcus initials in the statuses. Every one, it was his initials. I'm like, why she keep putting his initials in every status? Like, she like, me and babe, like, you know, and everyone had his initials. Now, I know his whole name. Come on now, I'm his girlfriend. I know his whole name. So I know who you talking about. So I let that bypass. I'm like, okay, don't got nothing to do with me. She could be telling somebody else for all I know. I ain't gonna jump to conclusions, none of that. So one day, she sent me a message. If I still got the messages, I'll put the messages up right here. She sent me a message and she was like, yeah, you go with Marcus. Stop saying you go with Marcus. You don't go with him. That's my man. Woo. Now, I'm not a very confrontational person. I don't do all that mess, but don't get it twisted. I will, but I ain't with all the messy stuff. So I didn't respond back to her. I got on the phone, I called Marcus, like, who is this girl inboxing me, da-da-da. He was like, nah, that's just some girl that like me. She crazy like that. She act like we go together. We ain't never went together. We used to talk for a little minute, da-da-da. I'm like, okay, I ain't think nothing of it. Y'all, why the next day the girl messaged me again? But this time, she apologized. She apologized, but it was still like messy because she was like, yeah, I'm sorry about the way I messaged you. It was wrong, but I don't like to share boyfriends. Who's sharing? Like, who's sharing boyfriends? So me, I didn't respond back. I ain't say nothing. So I called Marcus again, like, yeah, she apologized, so you must have said something to her. He was like, yeah, I said something to her. I said, but she said she don't like sharing boyfriends. So who's sharing with her? Who her boyfriend is? He was like, I don't know. I told she crazy, da da da. Let it slide again. Second strike. Let it slide again. So I kept seeing her posting these statuses with his initials in it. Because at this point, she tagged him in the status. So I was going on her page, like, what you tagging him for? Like, you know, you didn't already inbox me. So now it's like, I'm stalker 101. What you tagging for? So I kept going on her page, kept seeing him with posting the little statuses with his initials. So I messaged her. I said, can you stop posting my man initials on your statuses? She messaged me back, getting all rowdy. We went back and forth, which is so dumb. I shouldn't have went back and forth with that girl. It was for nothing. It was all for nothing, for real, because what am I arguing with you for? If he's supposed to be my boyfriend, it shouldn't be no chance for none of this to go on. So me being young, dumb, head full of nothing, here I go arguing with this girl. So after that, after we argue, of course, I'm calling Marcus because this is a problem. Like, she's a problem. And why she keeps saying the same thing over and over again? If y'all don't go together, y'all never went together, why is she so delusional? Like, what is it? So he on the phone like, yeah, I don't know why she keep doing that, da-da-da, just ignore her and blah, blah, whatever. So I ignored it. Eventually, she stopped doing everything that she was doing. Like, she stopped. Like, but this is why I should have just stopped and cut Marcus off, because that was my sign. She was my way out. She was the first push. Like, girl, just let it go. Leave him alone. Me being stupid, still talking to him. So Marcus eventually ended up moving away from where we was living. So when he moved away from where we was living, stuff started getting weird. Now, this one, people used to be on Skype and Oovo, all that. So I was on there. We used to talk on Skype, Oovo, all that, all the time. But stuff started getting weird. Like, it started getting real weird. Now, I don't know nobody who got a cell phone who don't be around their cell phone a lot. Like, he had a cell phone, but he was like, never. I text him, call him, da-da-da. It'll take a long time for a text back, call back. Bro, everybody on their cell phone, stop playing. So, me being dumb, I should have knew something right then and there. Y'all, how about I get on Facebook. As soon as I get on Facebook, start scrolling, who I see? Marcus. Some girl done tagged him in a picture, him and her. I guess they was at the movies because it was kind of dark. I don't know. Tagged them like they was on a little date. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? Because I don't got time. You too old for that. Mind y'all, Marcus was older than me. You're too old for that. Like, come on now. You moved. If you didn't want to still go together, tell me. It ain't hard. So I'm like, oh, okay. So this is what we doing. So I call. So what you doing in the picture with the girl? He tried to lie about it at first. Tried to lie, like blatantly lie. Like, I'm not stupid. I see it. Everybody on Facebook see this. Like, who you playing with? I'm not stupid. Tried to lie. So I'm like, no, that ain't gonna cut it this time. It cut it last time with the little delusional girl. But now, at this point, baby, you done had too many chances, too many strikes, all that. So, he tried to lie first, then he eventually came out and said, yeah, that's this girl I met down here. We've been kicking it, da-da-da-da. You could have told me that as soon as you met her and y'all went to kick it, you could have told me that. Like, it was no problem. Like, you too old to be lying. So when you wasn't on the phone with me or wasn't picking up the phone for me, you wasn't texting me back, it's because you was talking to Allison. I don't know if that's her name, but yeah, that's what we're gonna say. It's because you was talking to Allison. Okay, cool. So after that, I cut ties with Marcus. Like, it was like, no, I'm done with this situation. I'm in high school. I got so many more years to go in high school. I had 2 more years to go in high school, I think, at the time. Or, yeah, 2 more years. Or 1. Was I going? 2 or 1. Baby, this years ago. So, I'm like, I could be dating somebody I go to school with, dating somebody that's here, dating some, like, you know, I don't have to hold on for you when you all the way in another state doing what you want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, at that point, all ties was cut. Like, nah, we ain't finna kick it, we ain't finna talk, we ain't finna do none of that. So, eventually, I get a call. Did I get a call? Now I get an inbox on Facebook. Guess what it is? It's Marcus. So at the time I was single, so I messaged Marcus back. He was like, he was back where we stayed at, da-da-da. He wanted to come see me, whatever the case may be. I said, okay, that's cool, because, like, I don't have no bad ill will, no none of that, so that's cool. You could come. I was like, you can come, just bring me some ice cream. He came with the damn ice cream. And guess what he said? I want us to get back together. I didn't mean for none of that. Cancel. I ain't got time for that. That's in the past. Like, that's, I'm good on that. Like, is you crazy? Is you cool? Stop playing with me. Like, don't play with me. Like, don't play with me. That was canceled. Like, one no, coming back from that, none of that. Like, what's wrong with you? Why would you think I would give you another chance? Like, 3 strikes, man, them 3 strikes been up. I'm in high school. I ain't gotta keep going through this. People just looking at me crazy. People want beef with me. You, for what? All over you? It ain't that serious for me. It don't get that serious for me. So, no, I'm straight on that. I'm good on that. So once he came back and was like, he wanted to try to get back together, I'm like, no, you cool. We can be friends. We can, like, you know, but none of that. Like, no relationship, none of that. Like, we friends. You cool with me. I'm cool with you. What's up? That's it. But like I said, if I still have the messages, I'll insert the messages, because that was the most funniest thing. Now that I'm looking back on it, it was so funny. Like, what was I doing? Really arguing with that girl? Like, it was so not worth it. Like, but what's funny is, even after me, it still wasn't her. You did all that, and you still ain't with him to this day. I know it's funny to me now, but I know she just feel plain old stupid. You was riding for this man for what? For what? You still ain't his girlfriend. Never been his girlfriend after me. What was the point? What was the reason? What Cardi say?
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason?
I just explained the reason.
But that's the end of this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We on the road to 1K. Help me get there. Make sure y'all leave a comment down below and let me know what y'all want to see. Give me some ideas for some videos. I'm going to start doing post notification shout outs, so make sure y'all turn that bell on. And yeah, we out.